Hey guys, so this video is about proofing your design from SolidWorks, creating the STL, which CURA is going to read for the 3D printing, and then going through CURA to check your design in CURA. Okay, so first of all, I have a design here and I have text, and note that when I go back to edit the text here in the sketch, mousing the text, you see the little A there, I can double click and then go back into the edit part here. And right now my font is bold and it's 3.5 millimeters high as far as the height of the text here. Okay, and so that's set. And I have a little, also have a little design here, and I purposely made some of the teeth pretty small. Okay, and so I have already brought. I'm going to bring in the CURA now. So when we do this to create the STL, go to File, and then once you've saved your model, of course, go to Save As, and then go down to Save As Type right here and choose STL. All right. Also, if you can go to Options, make sure that resolution is on 5 so you don't have kind of a choppy print, but it's smoother. Okay, and that will help. And then once you have your text down, you can just click on Save and then go ahead and save it. If you come up with this, this is normal to have this kind of a setup question. So say yes to any questions, and now that STL file is created. Go ahead and go to CURA on your computer, and it should be over here in down here in CURA right there. It's right there, CURA 3.6 point, whatever it is. Okay, click on that to start it. It takes a minute to start up, so give it a minute. Once you have it started like this, if you're starting for the first time, just say yes to all the questions and set up a printer. All right, for a default, it should be like a mini. Okay, and I won't say 5 mini, I'll just say like a regular mini. And then go to the folder here and open your file up. All right. And I'm just going to go up to Quick Access because Quick Access shows me all my recent files. Here's the one I just did. Click on Open. If it comes in at an angle like this, you can click on the model until it highlights like this, and then you have Rotate, you have Scale, and so on. Okay, and I'm just going to go Rotate, and I can use a right mouse button click to rotate like this. The center mouse button moves it up and down. The left one selects. Okay, in this app. So if I click on it, I can either go to rotate and just drag it around with this circle here until it says 90. Okay, that's one way to do it. All right. The other way to undo it is just click on this and just type in 90 here until it goes where it needs to go. Okay. Also, I typically will always say lay flat to make sure it's always laying flat on the print surface, print bed. Otherwise, if it's not, it will not print correctly. There'll be gaps. Okay, so lay flat, lays it down flat on the surface, which is nice. Okay. Okay, so I see my model, I see my design. In a solid view right here, this is the solid view picture. I can see everything. Okay, all the design is there. But my question is, like, when I print this, what's going to happen? Okay, so if you click on this and drop down to layer view right here, this shows the layers. There's 39 layers. Okay, from 1 to 39. All right, so kind of go through this and look at it. First of all, I'm looking for things like, for example, is the gap maintained in this area here where this cone is. Okay, and I want to make sure it's maintained. So there's a gap right there if you see that. And this gap, these lines are maintaining the gap right in there. I can see that gap going through it. If yours does not have a gap, if it's too close together, it may fuse when it's printed. In other words, the plastic will fuse together and create one bond, and you won't have any kind of a spinner. Won't be able to spin. So you want to make sure that gap is maintained. Okay, so look back if it is fused or put together, there's no gap right there. Go back and look in your settings, make sure you have the correct tolerances or distances between the parts, the two pieces here. If you have questions, please let me know. But it should be, according, if you go following the specs and the drawings and the instructions from the last assignment, it should be good. Okay, as you come up, it starts to show the rest of the design here. And I'm going to come up here a little bit more and start kind of showing what's happening here. Okay, so as I come up, I'm noticing that I'm missing some teeth here, right in here, like I'm missing those little teeth because they're too small. Going back to SolidWorks, like I have these pieces here are just too thin. I'm showing like one bottom tooth there and the 5 top ones. Okay, so what's going on? Well, if I go to evaluate right here and go to measure, And if I click on this edge here, this is 1.3 millimeters, which is great. This edge here shows that this is in the green 0.32 millimeters right there. And so it's just too small. In fact, the nozzle size for the printer is a 0.5. So if you're trying to print out 0.5 millimeters, it's the minimum size. Obviously, it can't do that, so it's just not going to print it. This is smaller than that. This is going to print. This is smaller. So that's why these three are not printing. They're just too narrow. The nozzle literally cannot print those. Okay. So go back to CURA then. How's my text? The text is okay, but it does have some gaps, like has some missing pieces in here. So it might print okay. In other words, it might show up okay, but there's going to be some gaps in there and might have some problems. So the recommendation is to go back here, enlarge these pieces. If you need to add the text, go back to the text then, and double click on this. And again, make sure you have this use document font off. Make sure it's bold. I want to bring this up to 5 millimeters here. Make sure it's all showing. If you need to adjust, if you can't see everything, then adjust this line here. You can adjust these lines so that you have more room for the text to sit in. Exit your sketch, okay, and then resave it as the STL. Okay, so I'm going to go back to STL, save this now. I'll go back to CURA and I'll click on this now, push delete to delete this one, and then input again that file. There it is there. And I'm going to go to solid view again to see it. Okay, this I'm going to click on it and go to here, just type in 90, enter, and that rotates it flat. Click on lay flat to make sure it's flat and we're ready to go. Okay, this time I'm going to go to layer view and bring it up to the top here. And so notice that the text is all good now. I don't have any breaks in the text, nothing's missing. I still need to work on my teeth down below, but that's the idea. Also notice that I have the height here is like 1 millimeter high, which is like four layers to get 1 millimeter for the face coming up here, which is just how it is. So 4 layers is equal to 1 millimeter typically, okay, in this printer. So I think I'm good. I need to fix my teeth, otherwise I'm good to go. Okay, hopefully that helps. And as you are going through this, make sure you're grabbing pictures of everything you're working on, including the proofs, and take pictures of it before you fix it, and show how you're fixing this in your slides as you present this method. Okay, thanks. Have a good day. Bye.